Okay, so please state your name and your business.
Kathy LaValla, and I have a travel agency, Vacation Makers Travel, right about 2 blocks up the road.
Great. Okay. And how long have you lived here?
In Plaquemines Parish, 40 years.
Fantastic. And how has your business been impacted by the BP oil spill?
It has been negatively impacted because most of my clientele were impacted significantly, and so that really hurt. And the ones that weren't impacted directly because they lost their source of income perceived that there were dangers or problems with going on cruises and going to the beaches and going to the islands because they didn't know where the oil was going.
Gotcha.
So it really set us back.
And about how much? I mean, could you quantify the impact, or it's just too early to tell?
Too early to tell, but our business was down about 50%. So
since April?
Yes.
Okay. And are you concerned about the future of the Gulf Coast economy?
Very much so.
Exactly how?
How am I concerned?
Like, how do you see what do you see the biggest problems?
The biggest problem, I think, will be as people get money from Mr. Feinberg's fund. I think when the money first comes, the money that's coming to them right now, and the money that maybe they're going to be getting in the next few months, they don't know what their future is going to be. So they're not willing to take some of that money and go on a trip with. Whereas after Katrina, my business was impacted really comparably, if not worse. But as the insurance money came, they know their life was back together. They know what they had left to travel with. Now they don't know.
So it's the uncertainty?
Yes.
What do you think the federal government should be doing? Should President Obama be doing anything more to help the Gulf Coast? Do you think of anything specific he could do?
I was kind of, personally, my business was, we still are paying back a Katrina small business loan. And I looked into getting a small business loan to help us, but it would have been, the interest rate was just too high. I could do better at a bank. So I was disappointed that the government didn't, with the cost of interest being that low, that the small business loans weren't really helpful. I don't know anybody who took one. So that could have helped had we had that sooner, because we did have to go into our savings to keep the business running, and I mean, I had a lot of worries during that period. And I think that more the money that's going to be coming in from the fines, I think that ought to be used locally to help build back our levees, to build back communities here. So I hope it doesn't just go into Washington's pot without some of it staying here, because it's our areas that were really hurt. Our canals, they've had to dig canals through our area in order to do things for the oil industry. So we've had to give up a lot to get the industry here. So I think it's time that they put some of the money back here.
Gotcha. And what exactly is it? Maybe the oil, the revenue sharing?
Revenue sharing. I don't feel like we get enough of the revenue sharing at all for what it costs our area in terms of traffic on the highway, additional traffic going down the road. We're not compensated for all of that in any way, because most of the money goes to Washington.
Okay, gotcha. So do you have lots of young, children or nieces and nephews that you are, concerned for?
I have 5 grandsons. And I'm very concerned. I hope that they stay in the community. I hope there are jobs for them. And I hope that they feel like they have good quality of life. We built a home on the water so that our grandchildren can enjoy the water. And it was a major expense. It was our retirement home. But we built it big enough that the boys could all enjoy it and hopefully love to go in the water and use those natural resources. So I hope that those natural resources are available to them in years to come.